Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today the portfolio is sitting at about 1.1 million dollars so far USD. It is still down from the highs, but it has rebounded a bit after the Fed or Jerome Powell has kind of said like they're probably dovish, and so they're probably going to cut rates in September and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a bit of a bit of recovery and stuff like that, but still far from the all-time high. I am aware that all the normal stocks, the normal equity markets are at an all-time high right now. I just didn't participate in that upside because my portfolio is a bit more risk on, and then like the Bitcoin related assets are a bit down. So it's fine. It's fine. It's no issue, right? Everybody has a personal finance journey. But in this video, I just want to explain to you and share with you my story. So I'm not sure whether you will resonate with me or something like that, but hopefully my story can help you in some way, can help you map out such that you can achieve the financial journey that you want to achieve as well. Okay, so this is how I became a millionaire at a age of 27, and I did it basically with a combination of stocks, investing, and salary at the same time. So I'm going to say that it's very possible to do so if you work a normal 9 to 5 job, but you got to do some other things, right? There's a bunch of different things. I'm going to tell you my story as first, and then you can kind of map out to yourself on what your story is, and you see whether you can relate to mine. Yeah. Okay. So basically, I'll just start. I have a whiteboard right here. I'm probably gonna put some brain rot video here in case you are too bored. But basically, okay, let me just start off. Okay, so um, just keep in mind, like I was a super. Everyone starts off as a super brokey, right? Like super poor, nothing, no money to your name and stuff like that. Okay, so I probably started at about 18 or so, and then I started to learn how to take photography and skills like and stuff like that. And then I started to make very small amounts of money. I just didn't really understand business at that point in time, and then I probably did that. To about 20, 19, 20 years old and stuff like that. So I was in the military for quite a bit of time, probably like 2 years or so. And then afterwards, I started learning about e-commerce and learning about drop shipping and stuff like that. All right. And then I started my own agency. I started my own marketing agency. And basically, I took quite a bit of time to figure out this entire model. But I probably did this from the age of 20 to 24. Okay. And so during this time here, at its peak, for example, my best month was probably like 50K a month and stuff like that. But obviously, you don't take home 50K, but it's something like maybe like 70 to 80% margins on this business right here. And then on some months, actually, like for a young 20-year-old, yeah, I was making anywhere from 8K to maybe like 20K and stuff like that. And so like I could save a lot of money basically. And yeah, I wasn't spending a lot of money because like I did not know when the money would stop basically. So during this period of time, yeah, I basically saved a bunch of money. I probably saved about I would say 4 to 500K. I would say it's more 400K than anything. About 400K USD and stuff in savings. And because the reason why I can do this is because it's like if you are making like 20K a month, for example, and then you keep stacking like every month for every year, for example, you could save like 200K. Yeah, and that's like take home net profit and stuff like that. Yeah, and that cash business basically you can basically reinvest it into your stocks, into your assets and stuff like that, which I basically did. All right. And then afterwards, what I did was that let me go back up here. Yeah. After this, I basically dabbled into a bunch of businesses which I didn't really understand. Like I started a software business. I started a tuition education business. Um, and then I basically did a bunch of drop shipping as well, but it wasn't too profitable, right? So I basically did a bunch of stuff that didn't really work. And at this point in time, I believe that we went into a bear market of like 2022 or so, so not too far from here, where the entire market basically collapsed. So basically, all the money that I saved up here, right, it basically went down in a bear market, and I was actually negative 30% from my portfolio. So the issue is that a lot of the times the reason why people lose money in the stock market is that when the stocks are down, for example, you go and sell your stocks. Okay, like this is probably you probably should not do this, right? So my actual net worth, I think, was something like maybe, if I'm not wrong, it was something like 300K in stocks or something, and then like, it went down 100K. Yeah, so I was basically like down 30% on my entire net worth at one point in time. I just remember this number. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure the exact, but I just remember I was down 30% on my net worth, and I just didn't sell. I just held it for a really long time, and like some of those stocks, I still hold it to this day, right? For example, like the Palantirs were down, and then my HIMS was down and stuff like that. So a bunch of my stocks, yeah, they basically were down big. Yeah, and then at this point in time, I was just focusing on business, and then I got really burnt out starting my own business, and then I basically just went to get a normal job, right? So a normal job that probably pays anywhere from like maybe like 60K to 80K or stuff like that, right? So I was just like pretty much done with like just business in general, and then I just get a normal job per se, and then I've been doing a normal job for about 3 to 4 years or so, and then basically the money that I've saved up here, which is not a lot, right? But what you can do is that you can have like consistent cash flow, and then you have peace of mind because you don't really have to run your own business and stuff like that. And you can see here from this time period, from like my agency days at 24 years old, I am 28 now, so it's about a 4 year time frame, and a 4 year time frame is about 1,000 days, right? So you can see like stocks can really rise. If you see the PDF, sorry, not the PDF. If you see my net worth, for example, it's probably in the only in the last 2 years, like it's really compounded, right? Like in the past, like it just kind of moved nowhere, right? It really kind of moved nowhere. So you have when you invest, what I realized is that yeah, the gains, right, are really made at the end. Like if you're the hard part is being patient. The hard part is like waiting for like 200, 300 days, 500 days, 600 days for something to happen. And then usually the business, normally if there's a competent management team, they'll kind of figure it out, and then you kind of see your wealth also increase over time, right? So it's like here I'm really not, I'm definitely not financially free at all. But here, like I can kind of say like I'm not poor, but at the same time, like we're still brokies. I just want to make it clear. But like there's still a long way to go. Like I want to get to 10 mil, for example, right? So I'm gonna have to be a lot more patient this time around, and I'm gonna have to keep injecting cash from somewhere, be it in my from my job or my business and stuff like that. And yeah, so that's how you grow your net worth basically, right? So you just gotta be patient. You gotta pick the correct companies, obviously, and that's a skill set that I've learned of acquired basically, and then you can basically consistently and eventually you'll get there. You really get there, like because a lot of the times the stocks will grow faster than your salary, which is very it's kind of sad as well in a sense, but at the same time it's great because it's a great way to build your wealth. Okay, and so from here, from now on, from 28, I don't really have a lot of expenses. I don't really spend a lot of money. I don't really enjoy spending money. But if it's like if I start a business or whatever it is, right? Like if it takes money and stuff like that, I'll definitely go ahead and put some money into it. Yeah, and I'm able to take more risk, right? From now, from 28, for example, to my basically my next 5 years, right? What I plan to do is that okay, now I have about a mil liquid. Hopefully, it doesn't go down. Um, right? I don't know what the U.S. economy is going to do, but majority of my money in the past have been made from the U.S. economy. So I'm very grateful that I've been able to participate in that upside. Okay, so now like I probably probably can create a business that is like consistent cash flow and stuff like that. I want to generate or learn new skills. For example, right now I'm learning coding or whatever it is, right? And other things that, for example, if I have a job or whatever, I definitely want to increase your earning power over time, stuff like that, right? So like I'm just trying to compound my skill sets of like okay, build a sustainable long term business that scales over time, increase the skill sets that is valuable to the marketplace, and obviously increase your earning potential. And of course, my expenses, I'm definitely not going to increase, or maybe maximum I'm going to increase like 20%, right, or 15%, stuff like that. But I'm keeping like the same philosophy of like I'm really a guy, right? Like I'm a really simple guy. Like I don't need much. I probably need Wi-Fi. I need aircon and stuff like that. And hopefully that propels me by age 30, if I'm able to, if I'm really aggressively able to. Hopefully we can 3x this portfolio, right? In 2 years' time, maybe you can watch this video again and hopefully I've 3x the portfolio and stuff like that, right? Hopefully just I don't do anything stupid during this point in time. Yep. Yeah, and like I don't know what's gonna happen in 5 years' time, but that's basically my journey so far on building wealth. And the crazy thing about it is that at this point in time, right, I've basically made almost as much money from my stocks and my businesses. So like my jobs or whatever it is, right? Actually the active income that I've actually made almost the same amount of money through equity investing and stocks, and that's why I really see the value of compounding. That's why I started this channel in the first place because um, yeah, I really see the value of you putting your money to work. And like I didn't really have to work so hard after this, right? I just didn't know it. I just continued working hard, obviously, because I did not know this would happen. But it just goes to show is like if you're consistently consistent, you're able to generate a lot of returns in a very small period of time. As long as you are patient, you pick the correct companies and stuff like that. Okay. So at this point in time, Yeah, what I would suggest, I'm not sure what your story is, I'm not sure what your age is, right? Everybody has a story to tell, and like their stage of life, whether you have children or not, whether you have a spouse, whether you have a dependent, whether you have a mortgage, right? I basically don't have a lot of I don't have a lot of that. I don't have a lot of fixed costs, expenses. um yeah, I mean, I don't, I'm even single, right? Hopefully I can get a girlfriend or whatever, but like it does not matter, right? It's like, what matters is that I do have a strategy to get here. I just don't know whether it happened, and this is the uncertain part of it. And for you, for example, if you ever want me to talk about like this stuff here, if you want talk me ever if you want me to talk about my failures and stuff over here, I could just let me know down in the comment section below. Yeah, but basically, what I see as the reason why I was able to do this is because like early on in my life, I was able to stack multi six figures in cash, basically, right? And that war chest basically allowed me to deploy in the markets somewhere, somehow. And then, yeah, I was just basically seeing all the rich people do this thing where it's like, yeah, they just put all their money into a specific asset or whatever it is. And then eventually they just get so wealthy that they don't have to work anymore. So that's kind of the way I saw it. And like, I did not really understand how to make money here. Like, definitely a brokey here. Um, and I'm still a brokey, just to keep in mind, like $1 million is not a crazy amount of money. But hopefully we won't be a brokey in 5 years. Okay, we hopefully we won't. Um, yeah, but don't worry. Like the road to 10 million is basically a personal journey where you basically see the entire process, the entire journey, and then yeah, you can kind of hopefully take away some wisdom for yourself as well. Yeah, but what I would suggest, if you are actually this age right here, is that I would suggest to you that you should get into a just basically find a way to make some money, right? And the money, try to make it consistent. Try to just optimize for cash flow. Just like yeah, just have high profits. Just have high profits in this period of time. And if you're able to lower your profits, but you're able to build something sustainable, that's even better, right? But while I'm saying that, I do agree that yeah, you should definitely focus on your skills here. Like, definitely focus on your skills. Okay, let me just write skills so that you know. Okay, then as you make more money, right, over here, you want to focus a bit on learning about tax. Okay, I just highly recommend to you. Okay, I went to school for accounting, so I actually knew this before this, but um, I do recommend you, if you don't have a tax background and stuff like that, to go and learn about like business tax, corporate tax, how to reduce your taxes. It actually will really help you. And then if you're able to obviously build or sell your business right here, then that'll be fantastic as well. Okay. However, if you do work a normal 9 to 5 job, it's totally fine as well. Okay. What I would suggest to you is just kind of the same path. Let me just write it below here. What I recommend you to do is that if you're in university, or if you are, I don't know what your situation is, but like, just okay, acquire your skills first. Okay. And then you want to get a good job. Okay. When I say good job, right, I mean like something that's in demand, that's something that pays relatively well. Okay. Relatively well could be, I don't know, I don't know what your relatively well is. It could be 5K, it could be 10K, it could be 15K. It does not matter, right? What matters is that, are you learning the skills? Okay. So as long as you're learning skills, I actually don't I don't think like any job is bad. Like, just go and work, man. Just go and work. Just go and acquire knowledge, and be a better operator, get better skills. And then afterwards, once you've saved about, I would say 150 to 200K. Okay. And in a job, for example, you probably need to work probably 3 to 4 years to save this amount. Okay. Just, I'm being honest with you. Um, yeah, you probably need to save that amount. So what you want to do here is that you want to take all of this cash, and then you can push it into the market. You can basically push it into the market. Okay. And then obviously you continue working. But at the same time, you are getting promotions. You're getting more money over time. And so your 200K, for example, you're just gonna put it in the market. It's gonna simmer. It's gonna do something. It may go to 300K, for example, right? And so slowly, progressively, you will definitely get there. You definitely get to cross the chasm over here. It will take a longer time, but then again, it just depends on your path, right? If you work if for example, like you're an IB banker, if you're a software developer, or obviously software development is very difficult right now, but if you're a software developer and then you are working at a big tech company and stuff like that, or you work in some finance hedge fund thing, or you're a consultant and stuff like that, basically like a white collar, you're well paid but you don't have time, like this kind of situation, yeah, you can basically do this process and stuff like that. But if you're not these people, I think it's totally fine as well. You're just going to take a bit longer time, but those skill sets are like these people don't have time. Okay, they don't have time. Okay. If you're not working in these professions, you probably have time. So like after 6 p.m., for example, you should probably focus on increasing your skills, or if you want, you can do some side hustle and stuff like that. Right. I don't think it's a bad thing to learn new things in life. And then you probably can do this process over and over again. Yeah. So yeah, that is what my roadmap was. And I'll just tell you, it is not. It's like basically a decade, right? I basically have been working almost 10 years at this point in time. Yeah, but you don't really see the 10 years; you just see the end result. But then again, yeah, 10 years is a lot of time, a lot of knowledge, a lot of depth, basically accumulated over the years. And now, like, I just want to be able to be smarter with my money. I want to be able to operate on a better playing field in terms of. Last time I used to just rely on hard work specifically, right? Now I can use a bit of capital, and I use hard work at the same time, and then I use skill sets at the same time, and then hopefully by the age of 30, I do have a yeah, like really good cash flows coming in and stuff like that I can continuously reinvest and stuff like that. Yeah. So hopefully this makes sense to you. And I'll be frank with you in a sense that actually majority of the skills that I've learned are all self-learned. Like I've never really okay. I did go to university, by the way. During this time I was in university. Okay. So from 20 to 22. Okay. During this time here. Okay. I was in university. 2021 20, yes. um Sorry, 23, my bad. Yeah, so from 20 to 23 I was in university. From 18 to 20 I was in the military. Okay. And then afterwards, yeah, I started working afterwards. Yeah, but so I did go to school. Okay, so I'm not saying school is bad. I'm saying that if you go to school, right, what you want to focus on is you probably be networking with people. You probably need to be meeting people. Don't just study. Like studying is not everything. Yeah, like meeting people is actually pretty important. Yeah. And then afterwards, you want to stack your skills, you want to make some money, take that money and then take that cash flow, like save a bunch of things, basically live on poverty at this point in time. Just don't do anything. Just don't spend money. Don't yeah, keep it to the minimum and then keep your cash flows healthy. Once your cash flow is healthy, then you dump it into the markets, and then you basically can have less worry in your life, and then you can continue on what you're doing. If you can build and you can scale your business or you can scale your job, yeah, keep making more money, and then after a while you really get there, and then yeah, you should be able to do what I've done, but probably at a faster rate because you know this information already. Yep. Okay. So yeah. And then for the people who actually are definitely richer than me, which there are a lot of people richer than me, I do want to hear your story if you're able to share in the comment section below and stuff like that. And yeah, hopefully you can help the community out and the people watching this video as well. So that's basically it. If I've missed anything, please let me know. I'm just rambling on at this point in time. And yeah, see you.